Hello, I'm Jeff Patterson. We're going to talk a little bit about just some of the basics of how we use the Saber today and some different tools that you can use to practice the form. Really quick video just to kind of give you an idea a little bit on what its applications are. So a basic Saber, first we're going to look at a couple different options. Within a Chinese style Saber, it's a flat tool. It's made for hacking in moving. It's not as much as like a Zhang where you're using it a little bit more with finesse and precision. This, I mean, of course, you want to be precise with your strikes, but this is more of a slashing and aggressive tool, and that's why the blade is wide, so it won't break if it clashes or if it hits something hard. This is one example of something you can use at home. It's a wood blade. You could also get a metal blade, which is another example of the Saber. Oftentimes, I hear people say they don't have room at home to practice. You don't need a long Saber. You could practice with a little practice dagger or even a short wood stick. This will be good enough. When you're practicing the form, you want to visualize the length of the tool, but you can do all of the movements with a short stick, which is fine. Also, if you have something else like a machete, or these are not more Chinese sabers, but you can still practice the same form and a lot of the movements with this. So when we're doing some of the warm-up exercises and some of the drills, any tool can be used. And so one of the things that I really like to kind of keep in mind when we start talking about weapons training is that a lot of the movements are adaptable to any tool. So you might have a hammer, a sledgehammer, a baseball bat, a pool cue, a saber, a zhang, whatever it is that you're training with, you can adapt those to different things. Now, of course, different tools are going to have different strengths and weaknesses, and you have to be able to understand what those are. But as we're doing the training, keep that in mind that you don't have to have the exact tool to practice. You know, there's been times where I've been on a business trip or on vacation somewhere and I'm in a hotel room and I wanted to practice one of my weapons forms, and I'll just use a butter knife or whatever I can find around that's available. So you can use anything for that. We're going to, in this Saber form, I'm going to show you the entire form, show you how to break it down. I'm going to give you some different warm-up exercises that you can play, different footwork exercises, some striking exercises to get used to how to move the body with the blade. And when you're striking with any tool or any weapon, you want to use it as an extension of the body. We always start people in Tai Chi with the empty hand form because you want to learn how to make those connections from the floor, through the legs, through the torso, and out through the hands, and have that connection and use that full body movement. When you move over to a weapons form, it's exactly the same, but now we have the extension of the tool. So now when I make a movement, say for example, I strike with this blade, I don't want to just chop with my hand. I want to come from the floor and use the whole body here. If you ever swing an axe, it's the same thing. If I just chop like this, there's no movement, but if I use my whole body, I'll have a lot more power. So we want to learn how to move the tool with 100% of our energy in the body. And so we'll look at some different things to help you develop that coordination and to work on making this more of an extension of the body than something you're just holding in your hand. So when we're doing the Tai Chi form, kind of a basic way to begin the form, we can hold the blade, and that's why it has this thing here for how we use it to hold. We start the form this way. As we go through and practice, whether we're doing a hacking motion or a chopping or a thrusting motion, whatever it is, we'll go over some of the different mechanics with that. So find yourself something to use. If you don't have one of these, contact me. We have some here at the Academy. We can send you one. If you have any questions, let me know. And we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks for watching.